Yep. So good, popping, cracking, percolating. Was really good in the hood. Shman Theo B. Yeah. Rock with me, nation. Yeah. I'm coming in like this because I don't want to get too amped. I want to stay right here. I see we got folks already in the building. We got Kamoyo King, president of the Black Panther fan group in the building. Absolutely. Now tell them in the building. Groovy tonight. Really do like the way you groovy. Hey, really do like the way you groovy. I promise you every time. Yeah, we in here for an informative time. An informative time, a reflective time. Also a good time. We in here. And since we got 3, that's enough for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's enough for me. Before we begin, though, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead before you forget, because y'all know how I get down. I make people forget stuff when I get to talking. So go ahead, hit that like button. Share the video. Hit your folks up and everything like that there. If they Black Panther fans, tell them come on it, tell them check on in, send them the link and everything like that. We're going to talk about some stuff. So shout out to the Rock With Me Nation. I wakes up this morning. I wakes up this morning minding my own John Brown business. I was. Shout out to E. E hit me up and said, you know what? Wait till brother Theo hear about this right here. So for those of y'all that don't know, for whatever reason, folks want to put out a solicit in regards to the world to come. That's the latest so-called Black Panther comic book coming out. That's what that is. And it's written by the critically acclaimed Christopher Priest. Critically acclaimed Black Panther writer, Christopher Priest. That's what that is. The cover. Mind you, it's folks irked. First thing Tuesday morning. Folks is upset. I'm still asleep. I'm asleep. It's folks that are Black Panther fans, 38 Hot. Not to be confused with 38 Hot Productions, but you could do that. But it's folks 38 Hot, and they like, hell no. Hell, my brother, my fellow devil dog, Juju, boy, look. That's a veteran. And I'm just between his job description and him being a veteran, Marine. I don't know why anybody would ever want to piss him off. But yeah, here we are. My dog, 38 Hot. And Juju is the dude that will collect anything damn near related to Black Panther. My brother is pissed beyond pissed. Hell no, he said. He wasn't feeling this way a few weeks ago. He wasn't. He was going to give it a chance. So you mean to tell me on the cover, T'Challa got a son? We ain't even seen that child yet. I'll do that later on. He got 2. Which, mind you, one of them got to be adopted. You say, Theo, what you mean? And can we stop at it? You know what? This ain't the 70s. I knew why Lionel and his sister looked like they did. That was the 70s. They cast a Black actor for the son. They cast a white actress for the sister. I knew why that was. Nobody know that. This the 70s. The 70s. There's no reason in hell why T'Challa's son is looking that damn like. Oh, hell no. that chocolate, damn near ebony ass brother is no, hell no. No, you say Christopher Priest is writing this. Well, damn it, if he the only brother attached to it, he got to have a conversation with the colors. Hey. You know when a black person get with, you see Barack Obama? Yeah, that's what that is. Literally, that's what that is. See, Barack Obama, yeah, that's what that is. He don't look like that, and that don't look like him. Fix that. That's the cover. That's the cover. December 8th. December 8th, 2020. December 8th. It still sounds like a conspiracy? Let me know if it does. December 8th. I take my lead from the older brother, because that's who knew him his entire life. I don't take my lead from the cast and crew, so-called friends. I take my lead from the older brother. I don't take my lead from somebody that you can clearly see is being led by money. I take my lead from somebody who can show me through their actions, their spirit, that they're being led by a higher person, a higher being. That's what that is. I've always taken my lead from the older brother. Thus, I've never cared what the cast and crew had to say. Never. I didn't care what any journalist had to say. It's always him. And I'm not perfect, but there's a reason why his brother's image, likeness, stays in the office. I don't want to fall off message. As my brother Darryl would say, I want to keep the main thing the main thing. And I want to know at the end of the day, whatever I'm saying, it ain't about me. Too many so-called leaders today want it to be about them. I don't want it to be about me. No person is an island unto themselves. Push, pull, pull, push. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. All that, in essence, no. I want to be amongst me and mine. I want to celebrate with me and mine. Me and mine, take that for however you want to. I want to be able to celebrate with me and mine. Go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. December 8th. Shortly after December 8th, somebody else said the quickest way to kill a man's legacy is to stop telling his story. Somebody told me on December 10th, told the whole world that it was out of respect. I'm supposed to believe that discarding the character that he played on all fronts is respectful. I'm supposed to believe that. I'm supposed to go all in with that. The thing is that I just turned 57 years old. I'm not the oldest person that's a Black Panther fan, a comic book fan. I'm not the oldest person, nor am I the youngest, not by a long shot. And when you live long enough, that affords you certain things. When you live long enough, that affords you certain things. And one of those things that folks will have you believe means little to nothing. It's the experience that you had during your lifetime. The teenager doesn't have the experiences of the 40-year-old. Different, yes. They might have some in common. But the 40-year-old, first of all, everybody ain't guaranteed to make it 40. What do we talk about when it comes to the life expectancy of the Black male in America? Yeah. So when you live long enough, and I can tell you honestly, there are quite a few times I know I could have checked out. But by God, by his grace, I'm still here. And I'm thankful for that every day, because every day I get up is another day I get up to serve his purpose. What is his purpose? LOVE. UNITY. Well, what did Chadwick talk about at his Howard commencement speech? I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure you've watched it. Imagery, love, loyalty, respect. Understanding that the system does work against you, but you can't allow that to be what that is. No, you have to fight. But to be able to fight, you got to know what you're fighting for, and you have to know who you are. And he did that. Let me trace my roots back to Africa, which is crazy, because in this day and age, you'll have people that'll tell you they're Chadwick Boseman fans, but they're free black men. What is it, FBA? He said he was black. That was good enough for him. I'm black. You get caught up in the FBA. I'm a black man that loves God. I'm a black man that's willing to fight for my blackness. I'm a black man that knows his self-worth. I'm a black man that does not mind asking, as Nytellum would say, the difficult questions. Well, I have a question of my own I would like to ask. What does the erasure of T'Challa in video games, comic books, cartoons, action figures, and various other merch, what does that have to do with the actor who portrayed him live action passing? Because I've lived long enough to see actors portray characters, pass away, and that role be recast. We saw it after he passed. We saw it after he passed in the same studio that said it couldn't be done. How does that transfer over to action figures? We can't make any more T'Challa-based action figures because the actor that portrayed him live action passed away. We don't want to make that character the key focal point of a video game because the actor that portrayed him passed away. Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy. We don't want to have the character around in Marvel animation because the actor that portrayed him passed away. Wow, I ain't never seen that before. We don't want to have an ongoing monthly comic book featuring the character because the actor that portrayed him passed away. Damn. Or could it be, if I go back to December 8th, 2020, Urban Faith, Derrick Boseman, his older brother, being interviewed. Could it be that if I go back to that interview, when he was talking, he wasn't really talking about a conspiracy. When he said, I don't believe they like what the character represents. while I believe our women to be queens because that's what they are, which is why I don't know where any of this, you see how the brother said, while I believe our women to be queens because that's what they are. How many people called that dude misogynist? A misogynist. And he right there, he's giving women their flowers, specifically black women. Nobody heard a word he said. I don't believe they like what he represents. And I've been saying it since he said it. Like, that's the damnedest thing. And it ain't like I just been saying it. I've been calling it for what it was. Whistle, flag, showing it. Hey, giving clear-cut examples. Hey, look at this. Look. Dude, you being woke. That would be me being woke. Hey, you don't see this? Shut up, Theo. Big bro, you see what's going on? Man, they told me if I keep talking, little bro, that I'm gonna mess around and jeopardize my career. Hey, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Y'all don't see what's going on around here? I don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about it? Yeah, it sounds too conspiratorial. Wait, what? Hey, come on now. We can do better than this. Not y'all. Hey, come on now. We can do better than this. I'm a content creator first. He said that December 8th, 2020. Be be a victim in the streets? Yeah. Deleted in the streets? Yeah. Be a king? Nah, that ain't what they want. He said that in DC. He said that 2020. He said that in 2020. Who got elected in 2024? Who got elected in 2024? And do you know how they got elected? Because it was way too many people with that same damn, what's the word I want to say in regards to us? That same carefree attitude. In essence, too many individuals, not enough unification. Because we're looking at what it individually prospers us. Okay, well, what does it profit a man to gain the world yet lose his soul? I mean, they say stuff like this for a reason. They say stuff like this for a reason. You've been playing video games long as I've been playing video games. You ain't never seen nobody move like that where we want to sit up here and make everybody the main character. But how many of us excused it though? And when I say us, I ain't necessarily talking about black folks. I'm talking about, here we go, video game fans. You ain't never done that. Why would you want to play Black Panther video game, the first one of its kind, and the main character not be T'Challa? You wouldn't do that for no Batman game with Bruce. You wouldn't do that for no Spider-Man game with Peter. But how many of us, way too many of us on social media, we don't know how to hold a line for a damn thing. We don't know how to hold a line. Not until it affects you personally. You can't sit up and say as a person, hey, this could potentially F with all of us in ways we probably ain't even thinking about. Were they talking about Project 2025 in 2020? No, they were not. No, they weren't. Were they talking about black jobs in 2025? in 2020. Mind you, that was one. And I said it. How we get here where we're telling a black which black job a black person was qualified for? Not the actor, but you could pick up some trash. Wow. You can't even say in your lifetime you've seen anything like this before, where a billion-dollar corporation goes that hard to erase one character, a character that basically, let me see, 1.3, 1.8 million. If my math is correct. No, my math might not be correct. 1.3. Add 8. Hold on. 2.1 billion. 2.1 billion. That's the first movie and the second movie. My math could be off. Y'all help a brother out. 2.1 billion. I've seen companies go harder to maintain a character around that ain't done that much business. This character did 2.1 billion in the movie theaters, and we don't even want to make that a flagship character. And when presented with ways to do it, to not delete the character, to keep the character going forward. Mind you, the comic book company had already honored the character. The comic book company gave the movie studio, they share the same name, everything it needed. Gave the movie studio the damn show. Wait. Gave you Deadliest of the Species, Power, Doom War, and Avengers versus X-Men. Like, oh, my bad. And the Phoenix story. Like, the comic book company literally gave the movie studio that shares the same name 5 ways to do this so they could keep money coming in, not alienate the fan base. The fan base of this particular franchise would be Black Panther fans, by the way. Let me just say that. Not alienate the fan base and really not come across like you lied on the younger brother. But how many of us locked in? That's the question that I got to ask. How many of us locked in? How many? Because you read other comic book characters. Yeah, T'Challa might be your favorite comic book character, but that ain't the only comic book you read. It's not. It's not. If you've been living long enough, yes, you can sit up here and say Black Panther was your favorite movie, and you are hurt because Chadwick Boseman passed away. But if you've lived long enough, Chadwick Boseman is not the first actor to pass away playing the role of a character you've seen before. He's not. He's absolutely not. No, what you don't want to acknowledge, because I've seen folks that not necessarily from America, you trying to tell them exactly what it is. It's this. No, that's it right there. That's it right there. I don't know where we get to the point where we don't want to clock in. I don't remember this being what it was. I remember if my older brothers and sisters, my elders told me something, they got me by 10, 20, 30 something years. I ain't telling them to kiss my behind. I ain't telling them that I don't know what they talking about. I ain't sitting up here wanting to talk trash about them. No, let me sit here and listen. They've been around longer than I have, and to be truthfully honest, they were around at a time frame that was way more difficult than what I'm going through right now. So if I want to make it to a ripe old age like they clearly doing, I might want to shut up and listen. We don't do that. Everybody want to be first. But look at what first got you. No, look at what first got you. That's the first character to be killed off like that. That's the first character to be treated like that across all forms of media. That's the first character. That's the first one. You say you want first, but there it is right there. That's the first one. That was also, though, the first Black major superhero. He was first. And we couldn't wait for him to be first again, first to get rid of it. And I say we because I'm part of it. I ain't separate. No man is an island unto themselves. So no, I'm part of it. We helped it. Because what do we do? How many of us used our platform to keep that light right there? Or did we enable the trash that they was doing? How many of us, see, this when you can't run no more. You had something to do with X-Men 97, you're culpable. You had anything to do with Marvel comic books since the actor passed away, Black Panther related, even up till now, you're culpable. Unless this one of them names that I didn't talk about, and you know who I'm talking about, you're culpable. When Hasbro came out and put that Black Panther action figure out there, that was clearly based on his introduction in the Fantastic Four. That wasn't no damn Scion. That wasn't no damn T'Challa. That was T'Challa. What is it? Fantastic Four issue 52? That was him. Couldn't even put his damn name on the box. Why you can't put the character's name on the box? What is that about? We know who it is. You ashamed to say that that's T'Challa? That would be okay. So Lord, so saying that's the comic book version of T'Challa would be disrespectful to Chadwick Boseman? So now, the world to come, written by Christopher Priest. We don't want to listen to us. Theo, we don't want to listen to us. How many people said it's a curveball? The solicit says right there, he gone. How many of us wanted to say, oh, no, it's April Fool? It wasn't even April. How many of us wanted so bad for the solicit not to be, because the solicit clearly said what it was, and that's the solicit. Okay, well, you know what? I say it's hard to be dumb with a smart device in your hand. Okay, you gonna tell me CB Cebulski is over there on Blue Sky? What we over here on X going back and forth, tripping for, where we can go right on over there to Blue Sky and ask him personally. Who asked him? I'm being facetious because I know who did. Who asked him? They're like, damn all that. Let's get it from the horse's mouth. And what did the horse say? He's gone. He's deleted. What was it? We didn't like who asked CB Cebulski. We didn't like who gave you the information. You didn't like it was me. Well, hell, you should have asked me your damn self then. I wouldn't have. I didn't give a damn who asked him. I just got tired of folks speculating. You can't tell me they respond to folks over there on social media app, and rather than go ask the editor-in-chief, we gonna stay over here on this social media app arguing back and forth with each other like we kids. For what? Okay, well, he said it. He's gone. What? Where? So we didn't lock in with the solicit. We was going back and forth on social media. There's somebody who is committed quite a bit of their time to being knowledgeable in all things Black Panther. not just male related, not just female related, not just T'Challa related, not just Shooter related, not just male writer related, not just female writer related, not just black writer related, not just white writer related. No, the person want somebody who is committed a lot of their time, a great deal of their time. Thank you to my lovely wife, because without her, that wouldn't be possible. Shout out to the Rock With Me Nation, because without the daily confidence, the daily encouragement, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I want to put that flag down. But the person who does that, by and large, more so than any see now, if I'm gonna say I'm a content creator, I'm a black content creator, specifically black superheroes in all shape, forms, and fashion. That's me. That's my claim to fame. Yeah, that's what that is. The person who's committed to doing that come back and say, I talked to the editor-in-chief, and they give you the clips, screenshots saying, hey, buddy say go. We didn't lock in then. Ain't that what we wanted? Proof? We wanted validation. Is he in it or is he not in it? We didn't lock in then. Some of us still not locked in. It's one thing to not be locked in and you not locked in for free. I've seen us pay not to be locked in. You felt good spending that money on Black Panther 2? You was looking forward to the Black Panther video game? You felt like what they did for Chadwick Boseman was right? Because Black Panther 2 had nothing to do with T'Challa. Black Panther 2, however you feel about it, that was a funeral service for Chadwick Boseman. That's what that movie was. And they made money off of it. Yeah, I know you don't want to look at it like that. No, if you go back and look at that movie had little to nothing to do with the characters involved. No, this was a going home ceremony, and that's how they said it. That's how they promoted it. This was a going home ceremony for the actor. And they made money off of it. They profited off of it. Yeah, they did it. They put that right there in your face. To my Latino brothers and sisters, they had more get up out the water with his back to the camera. That's being woke. See, that's the epitome of being woke. You can't apply that every damn where, because you got to be woke to see that. Right now, you sitting up here and you see the inconsistency. As me and my daughter talk, you ain't got to be a comic book fan. You know what good writing is. You took them damn classes. Don't check out now. In the first movie, the main character, T'Challa, snaps on his father for leaving Eric in America. In Black Panther 2, T'Challa turns around and does the exact same thing that his father did to his own damn son. In the comic books, where they cannot be bothered to have T'Challa and Aurora married, like Reed and Sue are married to have a damn child, we did the baby mama drama thing in Black Panther 2 with a fatherless child. We don't want to say that because, oh no, we want to say, oh no, you're talking about the actor. But you'll call another child that's out there that ain't got a father a bastard in a heartbeat. You know what that is. And they threw it right there in our face. Now there's a comic book coming out We're the same comic book company that for the past few months they had T'Challa sidelined. In the team comic book he's supposed to be in just cause Aurora's there. They've had that dude sidelined for 6 damn issues. They don't want that union there. And while so many of us are on X right now asking Reginald Hudlin why they won't make his cartoon, why they won't put it on Disney Plus, I got a better question. Why they won't acknowledge, honor his Black Panther annual where T'Challa and Aurora were married with 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. Clock it. That's a brother. But we don't want to act like you can't be tempted by man by what you like. We like Christopher Priest. That's cool. That's cool. As my daughter would say, my 13-year-old would say, baby, no shade. But before Christopher Priest is a comic book writer, he's a Black man. First, foremost, he's Black. And his elevation, his status, his finances, those are Black people doing that. Yes, got some white folks giving him opportunities, but there are quite a few Black people capping for that dude because of what transpired in his run with Black Panther. Marvel Knights, clock it. It is what it is. So you mean to tell me in 2025, this brother believes that if we want him to come back, we want him to come back on a comic where a Black Panther comic book where T'Challa ain't in it? So he just crawled out from up under a rock. So he didn't got access to social media. So he not understanding how Black Panther fans feel. Or is it he don't give a damn? Some more money finna be made. For what? You ordered it, send it back. Been saying for 4 years now what the leak read. And I go back to December 8th. Does it still look like a conspiracy? Because one of the things that time affords me, and I want to say this because I want to see if we know if this sounds familiar to us. I know it sounds familiar to me because it makes sense when you think about it. But I want to know, because there's so many so-called fans. You have to cherish things in a different way when you know the clock is ticking. You are under pressure. Anybody know who said that? Sirius XM1. I'm doing an interview. I'm playing the titular character. I get emotional talking about 2 boys who didn't leave to see their favorite character come to life. They were young. He talked about them 2 boys specifically. But let me carry the torch. Let me carry the flag for them. What about the older Black men, the older Black women? What about the older Black Panther fans that came 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years before those 2 young men did? What about those who didn't live long enough? What about them? What about them? What about them who've seen every superhero under the sun that don't look like them, ain't got a damn thing to do with them, be recast over and over and over again, and they paid for it gladly? What about them? What about our elders? What about our ancestors? We don't stand tall for them, or this what we keep doing? Because as Gray likes to say, and he ain't wrong, you get the representation you settle for. Well, we've been settling. I don't even think it's close. We've been settling because we keep excusing every damn thing. I wish we had the intestinal fortitude that other demographics have. I wish we had it. I wish we had it where we made people feel like they got to apologize. I wish we had it. I wish we had it where we could walk downtown, mask on and everything like that, flags in the air. I wish we had that type of courage. I wish. I get it. I understand it. You start from behind the 8 ball, so you got to do certain things to get your money up and everything like that. But my God, when is enough enough? It's crazy. They say they canceled the video game because they were frustrated with the progress after 4 years of development. They were going to use a storyline with T'Challa, Shuri, and Azuri taking on the Skrull Empire. That's the best thing they came up with. 4 years. That's the storyline. Mind you, that storyline is a Marvel comic book because that was a crossover event. Secret Invasion. That's what that is. That's the best. What's the quickest way to kill somebody's legacy? When last time you got a Black Panther story? Do you really know T'Challa's origin story? Because DC just retold you Mr. Terrific's origin story, right? Right. But do you know T'Challa's origin story? I know the last person that told you T'Challa's origin story, ironically enough, is the same person folks talking about right now on Twitter in regards to the cartoon that came on BET. It would be him. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. Kind of is what it is. I said this was war in 2021. Having taken those classes, being a veteran, having studied American history, paid attention to it. I'm not going to say studied it because we all took the classes, but having paid attention to it, I understood back in 2020 what was going on. We were in the midst of a propaganda war. I said that. Somebody told me you are absolutely right. Thing was, they never stopped waging that propaganda war. The propaganda war was to make you see little to no value in that character. The propaganda was to make you feel like that character could be replaced by any character. You're not thinking about the real life messages that's being sent. You're not thinking about you were told there could be only one. And quite a few of us went with that because they didn't say it could only be one male. They didn't say it could only be one female. No, it could only be one Black Panther. Hello, that's that crabs in the barrel mentality. Quite a few of us went along with it. Quite a few of us went along with it. It's propaganda 101. Making you feel like you got to push an agenda to get paid. It's propaganda 101. It's a propaganda campaign. America faced her biggest political and self-imposed propaganda war in 2024. Yes, that was a huge propaganda war. It was waged on a minute scale. So you know damn good and well it's got to be waged on a minute scale to get people voting against their own damn interests. Like, yeah, you not locking in with what makes sense to you. You locking in what your subconscious is being programmed to do. They did it. If you ask me right now how white women and Latinos voted against their own interests, I'd be like propaganda. Propaganda. They went with it. Well, same thing. Same thing. I want to make you feel guilty for even thinking about doing anything with this character because the actor passed away. Same thing. I'm not gonna mention the guy's name because I'm done doing that. But what did he tell you? We made a decision 2 years before X-Men 97 out of respect not to put the character in the propaganda. Propaganda and karma. Sorry. Propaganda. Okay. Well, if you've been crying, we've been crying, all of us been crying about a Black Panther comic book. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you a Black Panther comic book. I'm just not gonna give you the Black Panther comic book you want. You want a Black comic book with one of these famous Black writers? Okay, here you go. Propaganda. And they want you to pay for it. Well, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I'm not gonna do that. I sit up here right now, it's 2025. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. But as I sit up here in 2025, you want to give me 2 sons from T'Challa out of wedlock by I don't know who, but Clark got children. I've lived long enough to see Clark Kent be a virgin, have sex, and have some children. Fictional character. I've been living long enough to see the Fantastic Four have Franklin Richards. He be a toddler with blonde hair, be a damn teenager with black hair, to being the herald of damn, I'm sorry, to having Galactus be his damn herald. I've lived that damn long. I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. I've lived long enough to come in, see Jay Garrick as the Flash, Barry Allen as the Flash, see Barry get deleted, see Wally pick up the mantle of the Flash, see Wally not be able to run as fast as Barry initially. He run around with a crowbar because he can't make it do what it do. See Wally go from to damn. See Wally show up as the Flash, because that wasn't Wally on the Super Friends, that was Barry. Wally shows up. Injustice, I've lived that damn long to see Wesley Shipp play the role of Barry Allen in the late 80s, come turn up again in another damn Flash series, recast, and play Jay Garrick. I've lived that damn long. I've lived long enough to see Whoopi Goldberg from being Ghost with Patrick Swayze to being on Star Trek. I've lived that damn long. I've seen LL Cool J going from no rapper can rap quite like I can to damn, you're a CSI alum, huh? I've lived that long. What did I say? This is first. Not first in a good way. This is first. I've never seen anything like this before. You see how hard James Gunn going with Superman? I've never seen anything like, I've never seen it. I've seen people with pictures of their Black Panther collection. I watched videos where folks have complained about why Marvel made that move, knowing that for the first time in a long time, the toy company had a direct end to the Black father, to the Black son, i.e. the Black toy collector. 2.1 billion. Both movies combined, 2.1 billion. Folks writing in to the comic book company, Marvel, begging for the character to get his own solo title, begging. So the fan appeal is there. Folks doing videos, the fan appeal is there. They threw that little thing out there, that little feeler out there. Oh, Black Panther video game. The only reason why folks complained is because of how the solicit read. But if they throw out a Black Panther video game and that Black Panther video game is about T'Challa, maybe some side missions with other characters, but it's about T'Challa, and they give you some storylines that make sense. Because I don't want folks acting like you knew what was in X-Men Legends. I don't want folks acting like you knew what was going to be in Marvel Ultimate Alliance. No, you bought that damn game. You bought that damn game. And I ain't trying to hear no excuses about, oh, nobody knows who those characters are. There's only one reason why you know the Flash is Rogues Gallery. It's because of how many times they didn't put it out there in front of you. There's only one reason why you know Lex Luthor like that. That's because of how many times they didn't put him out there in front of you. It's the same thing with the Joker. You know because of repetition. Why they not doing that with T'Challa's characters? Why they not doing that with the characters that Jack Kirby created? David Lynch created. Reginald Hutley created. Christopher Priest created. Jonathan Mayberry created. Ta-Nehisi Coates created. Even the ones John Ridley created. Dr. Eve Ewing. Sherilyn Eaton. Characters that have been created since before some of us were even born. And you don't even see them no more. One and done. Still sound like a conspiracy? Or could it be that Derrick knew what he was talking about on December 8th? I'm of the mindset Derrick knew what he was talking about. Not because he just said it. Not because his last name is Boseman. Not because I'm a fan of his younger brother. Nope. It's because of the actions from the company. Yeah. It's because of the actions of the company. Those employed by the company. He wasn't lying. He was not lying. What's going on? Not tell him. Not tell him. Groovy Feed, Kamoyo King, Ronnie J. What's going on? Professor Film Fan, thank you so much. Meister Geek, Buckmeister in the building. What's going on? I wish I was able to. Hey man, it's all good. We say I wish I was able to join the space earlier. It's all good. I might host another one. Hey man, do what you do. Make it do what it's gonna do. What's going on, Professor Film Fan? We are in here. What's going on? LJ Panther. We just didn't believe they would do it. T'Challa is way too important. Yeah. And mind you, and that's, I gotta say we, because I'm not by myself, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how I feel. No, we in this thing together. Well, yeah, collectively speaking, no, we didn't think, yes, the hell they was. Yes, the hell they was. And that's why I would like this to be a teachable moment to me and my people. Learn to discern, learn to heed what our elders are saying. They saying it for a reason. Whether we like them or not, learn to listen. God, as my elder, Mr. Smith said, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So you learn to listen twice as much as you talk. So to your point, LJ, yeah. We didn't think, too busy saying nah instead of paying attention. Yeah, that's what that was. Hit the likes if y'all could, please. Thank y'all so much. Maxine Shaw, what's going on? What's going on, Miss Shaw? What's going on? I still think we sisters. I'm gonna say related. Miss Shaw, my father's name is General Shaw Jr. My father's name. I ain't saying, I'm just saying there might be some sister brotherly love, some sister brotherly blood right there. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. What's going on? Professor Phil, Maxine Shaw, the vision of Black Panther Storm with the Black family is too powerful and too strong for the masses. That's why they hate it so much, and that's why it's so important. Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Mr. Paul Martin is in the building. What's going on, Mr. Martin? It was sneaky insidious to make BP2 a female-oriented with Latino movie. I want to say, I don't want to I get it, Mr. Martin. I get it. But if I do, here we go. See, here's the thing, because I want to make sure I'm being specific when I say this. If I do Black Panther 2 the way it should have been done, Deadliest of the Species, Power, I'm not tripping. I got a female lead. The story makes sense. See, that's the thing I always say. The story makes sense. I got a female lead. I don't know where the Latino come from, because as one of us have pointed out, for whatever reason, we don't want to draw the conflict between, we don't want to put the conflict on screen between the Black protagonist and the white antagonist. I don't know what that is. I guess we feel like that might be saying something, but we don't have a problem putting the Black antagonist against the brown antagonist. Like I don't know what that's about. I don't understand it, but that's being seen more often than not. So I don't want to say the female thing. No, because Wonder Woman was female led. And Wonder Woman to me was a damn good movie. Wonder Woman 2, Wonder Woman was a damn good movie. They had everything they needed to make Black Panther 2 be successful, but they weren't as focused on making Black Panther 2 successful as they were focused on doing something else. And I think what they wanted to do, I think what I said is what I said is what it was. Black Panther 2 had nothing to do with T'Challa, Wakanda, nothing. No, this was a going home service for Chadwick Boseman. I'm not knocking it. The studio did make money off of it, though. They used his passing to make money. The story didn't make sense. You couldn't even know, the person that wrote the story couldn't even be explained, couldn't even be bothered to tell you what he passed from. That's crazy. I saw more thought given to how they handled, whether we agree with the special effects. I saw way more care and concern be given to Paul Walker and the character he portrayed. And that occurred in the midst of them filming. Even when they do the movie, they've done Fast and Furious movies since then. You know what they do? They reference the character being alive and well. That's honorable. That's honorable. But as I mentioned earlier, with the comic book company, with the movie studio, shares the same name with the comic book company, having all of those stories right there to keep the character alive and well in a respectful way, as well as paying homage to Chadwick Boseman. I'm gonna say it one more time. The Boseman Wakanda helicarrier, the Boseman is canon in Marvel Comics. It's canon. So that means any writer that wants to use it, it's there. It's canon. And it's been canon damn near ever since the actor passed away. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Ain't no helicarrier. We can get a barge in Wakanda. That's what the writer wrote. A barge floating in the middle of the sea in Wakanda. But we can't get the Wakanda helicarrier named after the dearly departed actor. That story sat right there. I called it. Back in 2021. I'm saying because I called it, but I'm not the only one that was aware of that story. How many comic book content creators then did a comic book review on that damn story and didn't say nothing? How many movie critics or so-called Black Panther fans never said a damn word? That wasn't being woke. That was sleep, snoring. The question is, was it deliberate or not? Because that leads to this, the erasure. So now here's what I'm not finna do. You can't hit me with the fake concern. I've interacted with way too many folks at this particular point in time. You cannot hit me with the fake concern. No, at this point in time, all you can do is just learn. Just move on, because we will get tested like this again. Except it won't be with the fictional character. Because what did I say before? If you keep them from screwing with the black fictional character, they'll think twice about the real black person. I said that. I said that. I said if you make them think twice about messing with the black fictional character, they'll think twice about messing with the real black person. I said that. Well, the next lesson that'll be coming our way, Project 2025, it won't be with the black fictional character, because we've shown to a degree we're not going to stand behind the black fictional character. The black fictional character, that's nothing but royalty. I want us to think about the subconscious programming, because Marvel won't give you T'Challa, us T'Challa, and we won't stand 10 toes down with it. What do you get with T'Challa? Miss Maxine Shaw just said it. The black family. Oh, no, that's not, mind you, I'm going back to what somebody said on December 8th, 2020. That's not the image we want in front of you. No, the image we want in front of you is on VH1. We're not canceling that. Them shows could never be that horrible where we cancel it. We'll cancel Black Lightning. We're not canceling that. The shows they want to put in front of you are on Lifetime. They're not canceling that. That's what I want front and center in front of you. Watch that. And you go to work, you sit around wherever you at, and you talk about it. Mind you, you low-key take that to your mate, because if you watching enough stuff where they doing a lot of cussing, that's your lifestyle to a degree. You don't mind cussing. You don't mind cussing. You watch enough stuff with enough negativity in it, you know what? To a degree, you're going to have some negativity in your mindset for no damn reason, because that's the spirit that you're putting in. Okay, well, they want you to watch Stars. And it's not like we're going to change the programming on Stars. Oh, no, we might cancel one show, but we're going to put another similarly themed show on it. Yeah, but you know what we're not going to give you? We not, and shout out to Kerry Washington and the brother played the husband, wife, family in the movie. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Kamoyo, one of the brothers, sister, Rock With Me Nation. Please drop the name of that movie in the comment section, everything like that. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. That's a black movie. That's woke. That's a black family. See what I'm saying? I ain't saying, I'm just saying. But no, we don't want that. You sat up there and remember them running the ads during Christmas where the black father was absent. And this was before I came around. You saw that. You're a comic book fan. You know damn good and well you can't explain it. You might excuse it. You can't explain why Frank Rambo ain't around. You can't. You can't explain that. You can't explain why they replaced Sion with Njobu. You can't. And as a matter of fact, when you watch Black Panther 2 and you saw what happened to Queen Mother Ramunda, you know what you asked yourself? Damn, where's Sion? Know why? Because you read Doom War. So you know. But like I said, this is a teachable moment. So next time, because it's going to be with a real person. Next time, I've asked this question. This might be too deep. I have a problem. I don't know how not to run toward trouble. That might be one of the reasons why the Marine Corps is where I went first. I believe in the superhero mindset. Truth, justice, and the American way. Yeah, right, wrong, good triumphs over evil. I believe in that. I low-key want to tell you I eat, sleep, drink that. I low-key want to tell you that. So I don't know how not to stand up against wrong. I've been reading how to do that since I was a damn kid. And if I came in reading Batman, if Dick Grayson could stand up to evil as a gent, how in the hell can I do any less as a real grown person? I've lived long enough. I've lived long enough to see right. I've lived long enough to see wrong. I've lived long enough to do right. I've lived long enough to do wrong. This is wrong. This ain't ever occurred before. And they doing it because that's a black character. They doing it because of what that character represents. They're fine with you calling it. See, if and I don't, you can't say I'm making it up. Why did Dave Chappelle leave Comedy Central? Because they had no problem with him denigrating himself nor his people by calling themselves the N-word. They didn't have a problem with that. It was when he wanted to use another racial slur, there was an issue. But it's the same damn thing. Nobody has a problem with us calling ourselves the N-word, the B-word. They don't want us acting like kings and queens. That's what that is. They'd rather see us be victims in the street, portrayed as being violent, always trying to get the hustle on and everything like that, disrespecting our fellow brothers, cussing out our women and everything like that. We're going to put that all on TV. We're going to put that all in the damn music, and we not going to give you no balance. Because I know quite a few folks, oh, he don't like rap music. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Tear the Club Up is one of my favorite rap songs. No, don't do that. F them other is one of my favorite rap songs. Yeah. But so it's Summertime. Here it is, a groove that's slightly transformed. Just a little break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that it's gotten to be a little bit out of control. The dance is cool. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, balance. That right there. So. Thus, it villainized black men who are, yeah, it did, Mr. Martin. Yeah, it did. It did villainize us. It did. Way too many of us defend T'Challa's passing in the MCU, and it's sad. It is. It absolutely is. Because one, they're not going to do that with their characters, and you know that, but you're never going to speak on their characters like that. So yeah, it's sad. What's going on, Nico? What's going on? What's going on? Oliver, Alua Flow Boy, how we doing? What's going on? Alua Flow Boy, I want to be like that. But we'll be cool with seeing Black Lightning with two daughters without having a king being able to raise it. I don't want to use the Black Lightning comparison because in Black Lightning you got a family. Here's the thing. No differently than when J.D. Vance wanted to make a snide, rude comment about women that don't have children. There are quite a few black fathers out here, proud black fathers that don't have any sons. So I'm not gonna make it about that. No, proud black man, father, because a father is a father. That's what that is. A father is a father. So I'm not gonna do that because what we're saying is then we wouldn't have felt some type of way if T'Challa would have had a daughter and he wouldn't have been. I'd have felt the same damn way. That's out of wedlock. What we doing? No, you gonna bring that princess home. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep, like I said, I keep that same energy. What's going on, Big Jermaine? What's going on? What's going on? They keep showing their characters to imprint them in our mind, and that's it. LJ Panther, they keep showing their characters to imprint them in our mind and never show ours, so we'll forget. Exactly. And the sad part to that, or in addition to that, LJ, they don't show it. That's on their end. They don't show it, that's on their end. We don't go get it though. That's on our end. But Theo, what you mean when you say that? I'm not finna sit up here and say I consumed every Black Panther comic book when the movie came out. I'm not finna sit up here and do that. What I will say is Google is free. And I find it real hard to be dumb with a smart device in your hand. Well, if you're a Black Panther fan and you want to consume as much Black Panther content as you want to, it might not be in video format. You might have to actually pick up a book and read. It's got pictures in it. So like I want to say the same thing that attracted us to reading as a kid, you know, words with pictures, colorful pictures and everything, same thing. It's like you got to want to get it. You know what? If you want it, you'll get it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want it, you'll get it. See Wakanda and Die was a decent story, but Panthers Prey would have been a better story. Well, here we go. If we're talking about the Black Panther video game, this game is so easy if either A, you're a Black Panther fan, or B, you know somebody that is, and y'all cool, y'all talking, like y'all chopping up the bobo. This storyboard should have, oh my God. Because the question should have been asked, how you want to do this? Well, I want to do this open world. You want to do this open world? You just want to use T'Challa? Yeah, I just want to use T'Challa. Okay, so open world. Here's what we need to have. We need to have all of Wakanda. Open world, right. We doing open world like you say open world, right. Okay, well, T'Challa need to be able to get from Wakanda to New York. Easy. Huh? Hell, he need to be open world because we need to have open world Wakanda and we need to have open world New York. Yeah. In open world New York, I need to have the Avengers Tower and I need to have the Baxter Building. Stop playing. I need Hell's Kitchen. Stop playing with me. I need that. That's what you need. Yeah. In Wakanda, I need the necropolis. Stop playing with me. Go give me the Golden City. Don't do that. Stop. Give me the Jabari land where all 5 tribes located. Yeah, I need that. Okay, well, what else we doing? All right, for these side missions, yeah, side mission. I need Casper Cole as a side mission. Don't nobody know who that is. You know what? We'll put a little bit of a solicit out there. We will rely on word of mouth. Black Panther fans, there's a whole damn comic book sitting out there. No, you gonna give Casper Cole his side mission. You gonna give Shorty a couple of them. What? Yeah, Shorty gonna get one as the Black Panther. She gonna get another one as the Griot. Okay. All right. Yeah. Now you want to make some money. Yeah. You want to make some money? Yeah. You want to make some money. So you want folks to pay for some stuff. Right. Okay. So for downloadable content, you're going to give them a story with Mosi. Sit it off to the side. Bashinga. Sit it off to the side. Nahanda. Sit it off to the side. Telly. Sit it off to the side. And I don't give a damn about 1943. You're going to do the story with Azudi and you're going to do it right. As Heavy D would say, do me right. Oh, do me right. You're going to do it right. We're going to, yes. Side stories, downloadable content with every historical Black Panther. And we ain't got no problem with villains. Why? Because Eric is a villain. Nakia is a villain. Malice is a villain. Yes, we gonna bring in Claw. Yeah. He's a villain. Yes, Dr. Doom pops up. Yes, Namor pops up. Yes, the Avengers pop up. Yes, the Fantastic Four pop up. Yes, we doing up. Why? Yeah, another side mission. You can play as a member of the Dora Milaje. As a matter of fact, you can create your own Dora Milaje to be in said side mission. You can create your own Hatu Zaraze to play in said side mission. Oh my God, look at the money we done made in 4 years of development and you ain't come up with none of this. I'm trying to figure out, based on every damn thing I just said that would have been in that damn video game, what Black Panther fan wouldn't have bought it. Nope. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to erase the main character. What for? They ain't gonna make no sense. I bet T'Challa won't even be referenced or mentioned in Avengers Doomsday. You know what? I would love to tell you that you're wrong, but I can't. See, Wakanda and Die did something to me, Kamoyo. The way T'Challa and Storm handled business together was a beautiful thing. Wasn't it, man? Wasn't it? Like that's oh Lord, the closest thing I could see. I seen this brother and a sister at a range and everything like that. They was married. You could tell they was married. And the way they was doing that thing where they was covering each other back, he would have her, and then she put out purse. They was, oh my God, it was lovely. I said, ooh, woo. Now them couple goals right there. She scrapped up, he scrapped up. You show out on him, she showing out on you. You show out on her, oh Lord Jesus. I know they ain't the only couple, but yes, I love that. That was amazing to me. That was amazing to me. And I'm glad the Black Panther game, Hero Z Returns, got canceled. Who the hell wants to play it back without T'Challa? The devil is alive. Folks act like we ain't been playing superhero games since the Sega Genesis. No, we've been playing video games that feature superheroes way before we had our own in-game system. So no, we're not doing that. The fact the studio had to ask us for advice on what we expect from them was concerning from the start. The comments are right there. They didn't bother to read any. That's coming from not telling. Because the Skrulls are a Fantastic Four villain. What was wrong? See, a teachable moment. Why we didn't want to use a keybank? Why did we want to take? See, that told me every damn thing I needed to know right then. This is a developer, right? $1 million industry, $1 billion company, right? So the developer wants to take 3 of his villains and make them playable Black Panthers. Why? Because Kevin said it. Why? Because Nate said it. Why? Because Ryan said it. Like, what Black Panther expert you talking to where in his superhero debut outing in a video game, you want to take, mind you, 2 of them cats are major villains. You want to take Eric Killmonger and M'Baku, the man-ape, and you want, that's sacrilege in and of a damn self. I kept saying it, but I can't get us to lock into this. I'm spiritual, but some of y'all go to church more than I do. T'Challa prays the best. M'Baku prays to Gekre or Hunan. That's 2 separate deities. Eric is either an atheist or a Christian. And if you're looking at the comic books, Kalula, while that might be Bast's sister, that's not Bast. So tell me, because see, like I said, the programming is real. Tell me in what scenario do you switch up religions? Tell me in what scenario is your faith, your belief in your God not good enough to get the job done? Because that's damn sure what you're being told. That's damn sure what's being pushed. Tell me when. Because that was literally pushed out there. This is why Ryan didn't want to have Bast. Because if we don't have Bast, we can devalue the Black religion in Africa. Well, why do we want to devalue Black religion? I'm just going to go ahead and say this because quite a few of us don't know it. But the #1 adopted religion in Africa is Christianity. The #1 adopted religion, Google Google is free. You ain't got to like what I said, but it's right there. The #1 adopted religion is Christianity. Got it right there in Black Panther. Both of them. Okay, well, I'm a God-fearing man. And can't nobody else do nothing for me. I'm 10 toes down with that. Don't try and reprogram me mentally. Oh no, I'm 10 toes down with mine. And like I said before, quite a few of us will sleep. What if the first season, I said it before, you read American history, you read world history. Don't practice cognitive dissonance. Go back and look at that episode where T'Challa was kidnapped. He bragged about it, didn't he? Said you liked it. I want you to think about exactly you were saying you liked. I just want you to say what you liked about it. And then not only did you like it, there's quite a few of us that could do with a different looking T'Challa character. Didn't they give you that action figure? So you bought the action figure that got kidnapped? That thing is real. I want you to think about it. We bragged about the episode in which we literally watched the retelling of American history in superhero form. Then we literally bought the physical representation of that. It called him Star-Lord. Yeah, it sounds good. I'm tired of black comic and MCU fans that are too loyal to question BS. It is what it is at this point. Like I said, lesson learned, teachable moment, Professor. Hero Z, you absorb through the eyes and it corrupts the spirit. Yes, it does. LJ Pan, it's not all black comic MCU fan fault. The powers at Marvel decided, and that was it. Yes and no, LJ, and I tell you why I say yes and no. The powers at Marvel can make a decision. It's absolutely fair. But in history, we've seen businesses before make decisions and be forced to have to reverse those decisions. I said it before, and we don't want to lend credence to it. Coca-Cola, when I was in high school, introduced a brand new flavor. This was before social media. So I don't, it's hard for me to feel like what can't be done when I'm sitting up here looking like, no, I didn't seen it done. Folks like to make fun of James Gunn fans. James Gunn fans got a 3-hour movie. And the reason why I think the James Gunn universe got canceled is because it was probably going to be too much pressure to live up to that universe. But ain't nobody saying the James Gunn version of Justice League was worse than the first one. You're not saying that. You're not saying that. Stop that. Stop that. So I don't. We pay for our stuff. We pay for our stuff. So the fact that I've seen fandoms fight for stuff when corporations wanted to do the exact opposite, and them fans stood 10 toes down and got what they wanted, I'm good. Here's what I can't say, and we can't either. As Black Panther fans, unilaterally, and as Chadwick Boseman fans, unilaterally, we didn't do what he had the courage to do at Howard University, nor did we have the courage to do when he worked for General Hospital. Damn, Theo, don't do that. Oh, you want me to say it again? As Chadwick Boseman fans, we lack the courage and the intestinal fortitude to do what he did as a student at Howard University. We lack the intestinal fortitude and the integrity to do what he did when he worked for the soap opera known as General Hospital. Matter of fact, we go above and beyond to tell one another it's either A, not worth it, B, we're wasting our time, or C, It don't matter. Yes, we told us that. I know, because I heard it. I read it. You wasting your time. They ain't gonna listen to you. Well, are you a Chadwick Boseman fan telling me that? Or are you a Black Panther fan telling me that? You can't be a black person telling me that, because I'm looking at too many times black people in protest. So how are you telling me this right now? Because I'm looking at you and I'm trying to figure out why, as another black person, you telling me as a black person to give up. Since when has that been the mindset? This must, never mind. This must be this new age stuff. That what that is. We just tell each other to give up. No. 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 Nope. I can't want to do that. I love Wild West songs, Cool Mo D and the Will Smith version. Yeah. They could have easily made a Galactic Empire. This comes from Not Tell them. Galactic Empire game. They want M'Baku so bad. Well, he's right there. We can't even have Missions playing this Killmonger with the symbiote suit. He right there. You sound like a comic book fan. Excuse me, Not Tell them you read comic books. Big Burner Hampton, what's going on? No game is better than a bad game. No. Don't forget the Wakanda Embassy and the Sanctum Centaur. See, another Black Panther fan. It's right there. You should be in those creative meetings. No. See, I understand. Theo. So Charles Barkley. You said Theo. No. Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith. What I'm gonna say, what I want to say is gonna piss some folks off, and it ain't gonna always be the popular opinion. So I get why we at right now. That said, as what the Professor Film fan said, should have had me in the meetings. You should have. You wouldn't be saying we got to cancel the game. You'd have had folks right now pre-ordering. I'm gonna wait on my Charles Barkley moment though. I'm gonna wait on my Charles Barkley moment. How about American Panther and Prototype? You sound like a comic book fan. See, remember when I said Hell's Kitchen? Vlad the Impaler? Watch this. Hell's Kitchen. David Let's Run. I know he ain't a Black Panther villain, but it ain't like he didn't fight against it. Kingpin. Lady Bullseye. Oh, good God Almighty Jesus. It ain't like we don't know who that is. Both them characters got action figures. But you say you want an open world, huh? And the most you could come up with was the Scrolls? That's crazy. You want a more simple game, something more grounded? Give us Man Without Fear with Hate Monger, American Panther, Lady Bullseye, Typhoid Mary, and Kingpin. This ain't rocket science. Not Tell them for the win. Great minds. It's a Black Panther thing. Bump that. No grounded Black Panther. Go for fantasy. Grand Madam Tarot, my spiritual advisors in the building. What's going on, Grand Madam? My wife and I are taking classes this month for the Pew Pew. I love that. Heresy. Am I the only one that remember that the Sega Genesis game, the Batman and Robin video game based on the movie? No, you are not the only one. You're not the only one, Big Ronnie. You're not the only one. LJ Panther. On that boat, Theo, can't nothing do more for me but my God. That's it. That's all. And mind you, I don't say that to tell folks what to believe in and everything like that. That's not what this platform is about. No, you believe in what you believe in. What I'm saying is that out of respect for everybody's spiritual beliefs, I don't think you doing that. Like, I don't think you switching out your spiritual beliefs at the 12th hour because things going left. No, your spiritual belief is how you been getting through on your day-to-day life, the majority of your life, if not every day of your life. So that's hey, you got to know what that would be woke though. That would you having to be woke to see what they're telling you. It's okay to switch out your religion, man. I'm not doing that. Example, stores that were forced to reverse their DEI policy, Walmart, Target, etc. Thank you, Grand Madam. Thank you. And that's recent American history. Recent American history. But you could go to social media right now and have a black person tell you to give up. That's crazy. Anybody tell you to give up. It just hit harder, hit different to me when somebody that's like me, look like me, tell me to give up. I'm like, which one of us don't know our history? Which one of us don't know our history? Because I know you can't. You're making me feel some type of way right now because I know I didn't read. They want you to lock into the bare minimum of representation. I can't do that. Not new age, just complacent and lazy. Coming from Grand Madam. They want Mr. Hampton. How about Moses Magnum, black superhero? Yeah. Kamoyo, supervillain. Yeah, man. If Hunting was over Black Panther, editorial at Marvel, I think there's some fragility of ego. Feel what you mean? I've always said, playing sports, I want to be the worst person on the team. If I'm the worst person on the team, I like our chances to win. And I say that with the utmost humility. While I'm trying, I'm going to be the best that I can be. But I know who I am. And if I'm the weakest link in any chain, we not going to be broke. And I would prefer to be the weakest link. Yeah, everybody else going on out there and do what you're going to do. I'll stay right here. I won't move. I will hold the fort. I ain't got no problem with it. So, rounding things out, bringing it home full circle, tying this bow into a nice little, tying this knot into a nice little bow. What are we looking at? Well, as Grace said, you get the representation you pay for. I've never seen a character get treated like this across multiple forms of media. And this, if we wanted to be first as a people, well, congratulations, we first. Because this is the first fictional character to get treated like this. This is the first superhero to get, ain't no superhero got treated like this before. So if you want a round of applause, that's it. The character 2.1 billion. In 57 years, I've never seen a company treat a character that makes money like trash. I've never seen it go above and beyond to delete the character, to belittle the character, to hire writers that put the character on Front Street to now come back in and erase the character. I've never seen that before. I've never seen this with Bruce Wayne, Spider. Well, you know what I love to say, but that whole Clone Saga. But nobody brags about the Clone Saga. It's universally panned. But Spider-Man, live action, he getting treated with respect. I know we might not like who Mary Jane married to. He got his own monthly comic. Got his own monthly comic and got, I don't know how many side characters. You got Spider-Boy, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, not as a Spider-Girl and everything like that. Mary Jane walking around here, jackpot. He got a whole damn Spider family over there. Like Bruce got a whole damn Bat family. Like Clark got a whole damn Superman family. Hell, Oliver Queen got a whole damn Arrow family over there. But this dude, 2.1 billion. 2.1. His action figure don't stay on the shelf. It don't. It don't. It's folks still buying Black Panther action figures to do certain iterations of the characters that they got in the comic book. Shout out to Mr. Smith. Oh no, If you put out a Black Panther vehicle right now, that T'Challa, it's gonna get bought by everybody. It's not, you can't put nothing with T'Challa on the shelf. You can't. And they know. My fault. They know it. And they know it. You know it. We know it. So the question is, why they don't want to put him out. I've never seen anything like this. And if you just be honest with yourself, you ain't either. You never seen this before. You never seen this before. And there's only one reason. It's what Derrick told us on December 8th. That's why I put his picture in the thumbnail. It's what he said on December 8th. You can try and explain it away, but you can't. Too many moving pieces. You can try and justify it, but you can't, because you're gonna look over here and be like, that don't make no damn sense. It was what he said on December 8th. But now what I will ask is this: you ain't got to get behind what I'm saying. You don't. This ain't about me. I said I do this for the culture. Why not get behind what he said? Forget I'm talking. Forget you getting this information from me. Go back and watch the video of Urban Faith on December 8th. You ain't got to acknowledge me. I don't care. I care about us. And that there is no me without us. Go back, watch the video. Watch what Derrick said. Listen. Hear. Understand. And then take him forward. Take him and Chadwick forward. When you speak on Black Panther going forward, make sure you're speaking on Black Panther and you're taking Derrick and Chadwick with you. Take them with you. Take the man with you who didn't give up. Take the man who knew what time, how precious it was. Take him with you. Take his brother with you. The one who told you they'd be comfortable with you being a victim, but they don't want to. Take them with you. That way you ain't ever got to worry about losing sight of the message. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm out. I hope I gave you what you needed. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. Nobody ever said it was going to be fast. We deserve what everybody else has got. We deserve what everybody else has got. And it's way past time for us to stop making excuses for why we don't have it. We used to say this in the Rock With Me Nation. I think it's about time we get back to it because we've been doing some other stuff. But the saying that we used to have in the Rock With Me Nation, I will not beg for that which you've given somebody else free. I won't. I will either take it or make it myself. You better hope and pray I choose the latter. Well, I have a tendency to choose the latter because you can't take it from me, what I make. You can't. It's mine. Well, we may not have created T'Challa. We did create the fandom that supports the character, that recounts the stories of the character and the surrounding characters, and we understand the significance of what that character means to other Black characters like Jefferson Pierce, other Black characters like Misty Knight, other Black characters like Luke Cage, other Black characters like Sync, other Black characters like Gentle, other Black characters like Mama. We understand what that means, so we're going to stay 10 toes down with these characters. We're going to stay 10 toes down with what the actor believed in. We're going to stay 10 toes down with the brother being woke. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, if y'all don't mind, if you can hit the like button on your way out, let me know what your thoughts are. We got Chuckatoo TTB in here. We got Chuckatoo, Chuckatoo TTB going on. I ain't gonna be like that. Just shows they don't even care about the money as long as they make the character look bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big Bernie saying he's still saying T'Challa no dollar. That's where I'm at with it. I feel like at this time we need to just come up with our own Black Panther stories. going back and forth with Marvel Comics in the MCU. This is true. We could tell, I don't want to say Black Panther, we can tell Black Panther inspired stories without using the character's name. But yeah, we can tell stories. We absolutely can. It's a way to do that. I'm just not going. It's a way to do that. Thank you so much, Big Vernon, for pulling up. He said, thank you. Yeah, we're going to get some. Have a great afternoon, Miss Maxine Shaw. What? Your father? Because I'm trying to see if we related for real. Worlds to come, not getting my money. I ain't got nothing for them. Thank you all for coming. Share this video. Yes, please and thank you. Until then, in the meantime, in between time, till next time, remember the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.